Oh, I can see the hot spots here. I'll just hit the pan for a little while. The hot spots are increasing in size, and I hope it fully completes the bottom of the pan soon. Miniatura. Ya tahu. Oh. Well, hello there. Today I'll be cooking some potato chalupas that actually don't look anything like a chalupa because after all these times that I have cooked this, it never ends up looking like a freaking chalupa. So I basically gave up, and instead I prefer to serve it as if it were a quiche. I'm sorry, I don't speak French, so I call it quiche or quiche. Now I'm finally chopping some garlic. There it is. Here it goes. It will go straight to the pan. I'm already having some onions being cooked. Oh, you are too low. Let me get you up here. Perfect. I'm trying to get these onions caramelized using ghee instead of regular butter so that I have a higher smoke point, which will help a lot to get a crispier finish while leaving them softer inside for something quick. This time I'm using about 2 tablespoons full of butter because as soon as they are clear, they are very close to that point, I'll add some flour to get it better. Okay, now I'll take my measuring. Here it is. Okay, now oh, it seems I lost my measuring spoon. Oh, here it is. The measuring spoon was the treasure all along. Okay, here's one. First one. And I'm already made a mess. Oh, ¿qué onda? Hello. So I'm cooking some chalupas made of potatoes. And right now, I am preparing some butter with onions, garlic, and some flour so that this absorbs all the flavor. It will need a little bit more of butter. And your name is awesome, Pan de Walmart. Let me add a little bit more of ghee instead of butter. Oh, sorry, you cannot see. Here, just a little bit more so that it is flavorful. I personally prefer this brand of ghee, but I hate this glass jar. Why do I hate it? Because it's so difficult to get the things at the bottom. But the flavor is great, the quality is good, it doesn't really smoke. I am not sponsored. Now, I'll let it cook a little bit while having it covered. Otherwise, corn will taste a little bit raw. That's it. Here, at minimum fire. Now I'll store this. Clarín Cornetas, I also speak Spanish. And one of the best parts here is that I'll be using some nopales that I already have here boiled. So basically I'll be using potatoes and cacti to cook something. It is a very weird recipe. Yeah, oh, by the way, can you hear me? I don't know if my microphone is working. I'm using a new setup. And the last time it turned off by itself, accidentally. Oh, sorry, you can't see. The point of this is to keep it moving so that it doesn't burn and it gets a nice flavor, but at the same time, everything is cooked correctly. Because if we fail at this point and garlic gets overcooked, the taste will not be that nice. It is a machete. Okay, I'll let it cook. Oh, me too. I'm also hungry right now. Okay, so I have this ready. In here I have some nopales. They were boiled, they were chopped, boiled, and then they were strained. In here we have all the not so delicious mucus that you can get from it. I hope you get a nice cookie. Now, over here, I have these prepared in advance, which are some, well, first they were boiled potatoes, then they were peeled and lightly mashed so that we could still get some nice texture from them. As you can see, it's still full of crumbles. And some are bigger. That doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect, just like the Art Attack guy said. The point of this is for you to have something that is full of texture when you are munching on it. Look at it. It's still sticky. That's the perfect point. Now, let me go get my machete. Because this is exactly what you need when you're cooking, a freaking machete. I don't like to waste ingredients. That's why I try to be thorough when I clean this. Okay. Similar to mashed potatoes, but in this case, they are full of crumbles. They are not that perfect, and that's the point. That you have a full journey of texture in your mouth while you're eating. Now, I will add the nopales here. Yes. Also, these potatoes are just boiled. They don't have butter. They don't have salt. They are just boiled and slightly mashed. That's why I'll be adding some butter afterwards with the onions. And before I complete this, here I have 2 hard eggs. And by hard eggs, I mean sin albur. So these were boiled with a little bit of salt. And now I'll proceed to chop them in little squares. Let me remove this. Some agua de horchata. This is for me, not for the dish. Agua de horchata with some melon is great. Yeah, thank you very much for your like, Pan. Muchas gracias por el like. Y saludos, Mimi. De todos modos, prefiero mejor el nombre de pan de Walmart. Suena genial. Okay, here it is. Let me peel it correctly. Proper peeling. I mean, I make it seem simple because most of the ingredients were already prepared before the stream. Okay, here is 1, 2, 3. Now the next egg. I hope this is, yeah, this was easier. How old I am. I am celebrating because I was able to peel half an egg with a single attempt. Now, here is the second half. Oh, no. I celebrated too early. Okay. Oh, that fell by itself. That's nice. Okay. We don't need these to be too tiny, but we don't want them to be too big. Otherwise, their flavor won't be properly. Okay. That's about the right size. Okay. Oh, damn it. I lost parts of my egg. I lost part of the yellow. And that's the savory part, full of flavor. I hate wasting ingredients. Something that I really dislike about all those cooking shows is how much they waste each time they cook something. Okay, next, it's your turn. Okay. Now, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now half, 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 and half. Okay. Nice, I didn't fail the second time. It would have been too much if I had made the same mistake twice. Now, here. They are here. And now here is the rest of my pan. I forgot the spatula. Here it is. Look at this. Not overcooked, perfectly crispy, and golden in color. And it took like 10 minutes at the lowest possible fire setting. I'll add this here. It has flour, butter, but I prefer to use ghee, some onion, and garlic. Nice. Now I'll clean the spatula. Personally, the best part usually when you are grilling something is the spatula, because you get a ton of flavor here, especially when you are doing cheese or meat. That's one of the privileges of being the cook. Done. Now, nutmeg. I need some nutmeg. Are you? Yes, here it is. Here's the nutmeg. Parmesan. Oh, let me check the list again. Nopales, done. Parmesan, 1 cup, yes. Hard-boiled eggs, here. Potato, onion, garlic, flour. Oh, I still need milk. Yes. Nutmeg and salt. So let's bring the milk. I'll be using both low fat milk and extra full fat milk. I better take this to the trash so that I have a cleaner space. Okay. I'll go get some salt. Here is the salt. And my measuring cup. Here it is. I got this measuring cup when I traveled to Japan and at a Gundam store. So it is Jeter heavy machinery. Yes, this is the nerdiest thing I have here in the kitchen. Yes. How much nutmeg? Yes, just a little bit. Okay. That's nutmeg. Now I need salt. Yes, a little bit more. Done with the salt. Okay. Yes. Parmesan. 1 full cup. I used to have a better brand, but I ate it all. I love this thing. I love the smell of this. I just need a little bit more cheese. There is never enough cheese. About 250 milliliters, which is equal to, correct me if I'm wrong, but 250 cubic centimeters. I'm probably wrong on that. Okay, and here it goes. What I love about this cheese is that it adds a ton of umami, which is my favorite flavor. Okay, now full fat milk. This is evaporated milk. It will add a bunch of flavor. And now, to feel as if I were being healthy, I'll add low fat milk. 250. Perfect. There you go. Now, I once made a similar dish and I made a huge mistake. When I was trying to mix it all together, I used the potato masher, and despite it working, it made it too compact. So it was a terrible idea. So, in this case, what I'll be using is... Oh, I can't find it. Here they are. I'll be using two different wooden spoons. This is a regular spoon. This is a shamoji used for Japanese rice. And it is great to do some revolving movements. And why do I use these ones instead of a metal spoon? I have a ton of metal spoons. I don't know why I have so many. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. I have 8 giant spoons for some reason. Here are just 3. But I don't use them because their edges are too edgy, and that actually ruins the texture that I want to get with this. Let's remember, for those who were not here, the potato here is mashed, but it is not fully mashed, so it has a ton of crumbles, and that adds a great texture once you are eating it. So in this case, I'll try to mix it. Yes. Look at all the cheese, how it is spreading right there. This green thing, these are nopales, basically cacti. As I'm Mexican, I am forced to eat cacti. It is part of my nationality. Otherwise, I may lose my my official INE card. Yes. I wish you could smell how good this is. But that's just because I love cheese. Revolve it, move it around as if it were cement, so that instead of pushing it against one of the sides, you are mixing it correctly. And here you can see the egg, the boiled egg. Yes. And despite this being hard, how hard the potato is, it is better not to add any more milk. Otherwise, it could get a little bit soupy. And once it goes into the oven, the texture at the end won't be that appetizing. I mean, it will taste great. I would need to add some more salt. But it is better this way. But in the end, it has to be this way, quoting Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Great. Now I need to get to the bottom, so I'll be using a second spoon. I wish you could smell it each time I reach the bottom. And then fold it again. I get some great smell. Potatoes with cheese. Okay, now that it is doing well, I'll add the next part. Here it is. I'm sorry, you cannot see. Whew. This here is Chihuahua cheese. It is usually great to add to quesadillas or just grill it as is because it has a stronger flavor and a higher amount of fat compared with others, so it will get really great in a grill. But in this case, I better store the milk. Yes. And now I proceed to cut about 1/3 of the block, which would be around here. A bit more. Probably someone died because of extra cheese, but I love cheese. There is always room for more cheese. I better store it correctly and appropriately. Okay, now I'll chop it. As you can see, my chopping technique is not great. That's because I'm not an actual chef. I'm not properly handling the ingredients. And I'm risking actually my nails. Basically, do as I say, not as I do. I don't need it to be finely chopped, but I need this to take the form of some very nice cubes. These are going to be well spread within the mixture, whichever one it is. And they will help to bring it all together. As it is cold, it's a little bit harder to cut, but no problem. Nothing a machete cannot solve. Now, cheese, you've been defeated by me. I hope you enjoyed it. Now I proceed to pleasure myself with this cheese. My shelf. Okay. Just a bit more so that these cubes are separated. But the point of this is for them not to be evenly spread, but within reason, as it's usually mentioned, because once they mix together and are in the oven, they will melt a little bit, but the flavor will be in different places once you bite into it. So it is going to be a great experience. Now I'll add them to the mixture. Oh, chisu, oh, macete. That's it. One fell to the floor. I'll save it for my dog. She loves them. Whew. And now Let's continue mixing this. Holy hell, this is hard. This is what I go to the gym for. Yes, let me focus it a little bit more so that you can see, so that you can witness the right power of cheese. It's difficult because I don't want to break too much of the potato. I want to protect the texture as much as possible. Because for my loved ones who will be eating this, they will find surprises in each bite with how different it is and how nice the texture feels. Okay. Uh-huh. Yes, it's almost there. Great. As Dora the Explorer would say, we did it! Okay, here's the first part. Now, I'll wash my hands because I have to breathe the next container. Here. Whew. Quick tip to bread something. Pick some oil, spray oil, go to an open place, and add enough to cover every single wall. Okay, now it is well oiled. And the entire thing has about 80 calories instead of having to rub some butter. So this saves a lot. Now, here is the butter I used for that, but not for this. Okay, now I need the bread. This is not panko. This is something smaller that is good for breading, not meat, but recipes. Sorry, no. I don't even know how to call this thing. Good. This is not regular bread. This contains some salt, some cheese that is already been dried, so the flavor is increased in each bite. And so this is basically bread, salt, cheese. And now I'll bread it in a single movement so that there is not too much. Look at this, perfect on the first try. Great. Now I'll go store it so that I have enough space. One, two, three. So you may be asking why the title of the video says chalupas when I am not making actual chalupas. This is how the recipe should look like. Sorry. I think you should be able to see here. This is how they should look. But if you do this, they will crumble inside the oven. It has happened to me many times in the past. That's why I prefer to present it in this shape within a bowl. Now I'll proceed to pour it all. Look at this crumbliness. I hope this is not propulsed way too far away. That seems to be not the case. Great. Don't worry, I will make it fit in a moment. Remember, a machete is a solution for almost every single problem. Yes. And now let's crown it with even more cheese. Oh, there is still a little bit more within the bucket, the mixing bucket. So over clean. Third one clean. Second one clean as well. Ready. Now, cheese. A happy dish is a dish with cheese. And now, for a very nice eating experience, I highly recommend you to add a little bit of pepper on top. I added this on top just so that it smells nice once you make it closer to your mouth, but not inside, as it could change the flavor too much. Okay, that's it. In this case, usually you have to preheat the oven, but I won't do it for one reason. Some of the ingredients were too cold. That means that the glass of the container is cold. If I were to add it into an oven that is already preheated to the right temperature, it could explode due to the shock. So, okay, that's here. Now, here is the oven. So, where do I open this? Okay. Now, there it is. And now, here. This is around 300, 400 Fahrenheit. And that's basically it. I now just have to wait for around 45 minutes and it will be ready. I hope you enjoyed it. Whew. Thank you very much for watching. It was nice seeing so many people. We were, I think on top, so we were 20. It was very nice. I hope you have some fun cooking yourselves. Goodbye. Huh. How do I end? uh, oh, I can make myself handsomer. I didn't know that option existed. I can flip my face. I can mute myself. Maybe I should. I can delete the background. I don't have a background. There are highlights. Is this a flash? Oh, yes, it is a flash. Hmm. Well, oh, it must be this one.